I used to be a youth pastor, but I'm gay. So that didn't really work out. I did a lot of job hopping for a while, worked at a few retail stores. I don't even like folding my own laundry, let alone a bunch of clothes people are gonna mess up later. Then I landed a job at an assisted living home. Talk about shitty situations. But I did this for 3 miserable years, and I finally came to a point where I looked at what other people my age were doing, and I realized that I was falling behind in life. Where others were getting married and starting families and buying houses and already established in their careers, I was stuck in a dead-end job depending on my family. So I said to myself, what do you love to do? What makes your heart smile? And that's when I realized that I love photography. Now, I wasn't a pro by any means, but I knew the basics. So I submitted my resume to a few places, and within a week I was hired at a portrait studio. Now, said portrait studio sent me a thick packet called the Employee Handbook, and it was filled with things like how to act at work and who not to have sex with. But the thing that stuck out to me was the dress code. I was to wear brightly colored or muted striped collared shirts tucked into dark dress pants, wear polishable dress shoes with matching socks that go above the ankle, and a belt. I was only allowed to wear 1 ring per hand, 1 necklace, and 1 set of ear piercings. Said portrait studio also sent me to the corporate office here in Charlotte for a week of training and put me in the nicest hotel I had ever seen. And that's when I realized that this is more than a portrait studio. This is a corporation and has a ladder that I can climb. This wasn't just another job for me. No, this was the start of my career. Now, there was a class of about 18 of us there starting this new venture in life. We were all just kind of in our weird selves trying to put our best foot forward. See, the standards were set high, and we were all just trying to meet them. But me, I was going to exceed them. Not only was I going to follow dress code to the T, but I was going to act the part of a professional businesswoman. But how the fuck does a professional businesswoman act? All I knew was from what I saw on TV, and at that time I was a huge fan of The Apprentice. And I even liked Donald Trump. Now, for the record, I'm no longer a fan of the Trump. But I used the people on the show as my role models in this situation, and I took this very seriously. Every night I ironed my clothes and laid them neatly on the bed, only to be kicked off in the middle of the night. I woke up early every morning to re-iron my clothes, and I ate a healthy breakfast. In class, I took vigorous notes and nodded when I deemed it necessary. At lunch, while everyone went their own way, I did the only thing I thought professional businesswomen do on their lunch breaks. I went to Starbucks and made important phone calls to my mother. Now, I'm a pretty social person. So by the end of the week, I felt like it was okay to hang out with my colleagues. So a group of us went to this pizza joint down the road for lunch one day, and the waitress placed us in this round booth, and I was put right smack dab in the middle. And while we waited for the food to come, we all talked about our exciting new careers and where we're gonna buy our new wardrobe. And finally the food came, and we all grabbed a slice of pizza, and as soon as I took my first bite, I had a realization that this was not going to end well. I say this because all the cheese wanted to come and be part of that moment. I didn't know what to do, so I panicked, and I just started to swallow. And I realized I was in an even worse situation because a piece of that cheese got stuck in my throat. So now I'm dying. I have to quickly assess the situation. And I immediately think about the time when I was 10 years old and my mom had made a lovely roast beef dinner. And it was one of those situations where the meat was just so tough you get tired of chewing and you just swallow and hope for the best. Only the best didn't happen. I choked. So I started doing the universal sign of like choking. I started waving my arms around to get my mom's attention. And when I finally did, she looked up and said, "Will you stop goofing off and eat your dinner?" I was screwed. So I got into a ball on the floor and performed the Heimlich maneuver to myself, and that combined with the karate chops to my back from my mother was the key to surviving the roast beef. I looked to my left, coworker. Looked to my right, coworker. Yeah, there's no way I was getting out of this booth to save myself. Now, I'm not a crazy cat lady, but I know a lot about cats. And when they get fur balls, they do this weird crouching, like trying to eat, like. And I thought that maybe if I embraced my inner feline, I could do the same thing. Nope. Time's running out. I was moments away from meeting the Lord. I was in fuck it mode. So I reached to the back of my throat and I just started pulling on this I mean, it just never ended. The more I pulled, the more cheese there was, and finally I reached the end and I threw this disgusting, unprofessional ball of cheese soaked in throat juices down on my plate. It's been 4.5 years since that day. Despite the crazy long hours over the holidays, and despite being thrown up on, spat on, and sneezed on by kids, despite having to fix broken equipment even though you have no idea how, despite all that, not only have I been promoted once, but twice, and I'm on my way to a third promotion. In fact, I'm the only one in that class of 18 that's still with the company. And I'm the one who didn't joke.